Well, Harry Maguire, yes, possibly.
He doesn't want to leave.
He won't leave.
He won't leave.
West Ham have offered 20 million. They've told him to get lost. Hello and welcome back to Yahoo Footballing Weekly Podcast. New season, new set, new sponsor.
New grass.
It's all new except
New
me.
TV.
Look at this. And this is all thanks to you.
Thank you.
Your loyalty, your support. We built up a fantastic audience, Keong.
Yeah, but still the same old people around. So
Yeah.
don't you worry. We're going to talk the same things which you like. Okay?
We will.
Yeah.
But we must say we're back with a brand new sponsor, StarHub.
StarHub.
So we want
Thank you
to
very
thank
much.
StarHub for joining us for this season. Very exciting.
So, now it's almost the new EPL season. So you all have to sign up for their Premier Plus package. Sign up for them right now. And guess what you'll get? 1 year free broadband. That's such a good deal for 22.
Yeah. I have to say I'm slightly annoyed because it's such a good deal. I'd already signed up previously
me
for
too. Only
broadband.
last year. But if you can sign up now,
Great deal.
it's a great deal.
Great deal. All right, guys. Well, Daryl's with us. Hello, Daryl. Welcome back.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
Good day. We are back for the new season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wearing your Tottenham shirt. What did you think of Tottenham being in town?
I think it was good for the fans. A lot of them enjoyed it. Spurs were here and they played Lion City Sailors. And I think a lot of the fans who were there enjoyed it. About 25,000, I heard.
That's
were
all
able
the
to
fans they have.
Yeah, that's all. And they had to get them down from Malaysia and Thailand and Indonesia
that's
as
all
well.
the fans they have.
The whole of Asia.
Yeah.
Southeast Asia came
Alright,
together.
brilliant. Well, we'll get to the Festival of Football shortly. First things first, transfer news. His favourite team, Arsenal. Let's talk about Arsenal and my old boy Declan Rice. What do we
Yeah.
think? Happy?
I think probably Arsenal have the best transfer season so far. I think Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and then this youngster Timber from Netherlands, which sort of like addresses their
Defender.
defense. So it's quite a good deal. Declan Rice brings a lot to the Arsenal team. I think the Arsenal when during the last season when they crash out, I think it's probably the midfield which seemed that they're lacking the most at that time. So hopefully Declan Rice they must be hoping Declan Rice can be the final piece of puzzle which gives them finally a trophy. But good luck to them.
Well, Tottenham supporter, do you agree that Arsenal have had the best transfer window so far?
I think definitely Arsenal are up there. Most likely, I wanted to put
Are you
Liverpool.
feeling all right? What's wrong with you? Why are you
I
being
would have
nice?
said Liverpool. I would have agreed
Yeah, I
with you
would
said
have-
Liverpool, but
maybe
until
Liverpool.
Henderson and Fabinho left, so now it's like balanced, like even out. Yeah. So, in fact, I was looking at the transfer list. The top teams in the top 6 teams, there are more transfers out than in. I think a lot of the Chelsea, they are like fire sale of all their players. Liverpool also got rid of all of the Oxlade-Chamberlains and Keitas. Even Arsenal also got rid of quite significant. Granit Xhaka.
Yeah.
Only maybe Man City still a bit, but they still lost Gundogan and Mahrez.
Yep.
Although they
Yeah.
got Kovacic.
Well, I think also post-COVID, there's a bit of a clear out, and also you've got to deal with the financial fair play regulations. But I'm going to disagree with both of you.
Yeah.
You won't like this, but I actually think that the best transfer window so far is Man U.
Really?
I do. I think Man U.
Mason
And I think,
Mount.
I think you've got to take off your Liverpool blinkers for
Okay,
a moment.
okay. Tell-
Let me tell you why.
convince
Because
me.
I think Man U at the moment remind me of Liverpool a few years ago. 3 key positions, 3 key players. Right? Goalkeeper. They replaced David De Gea with this new
Onana.
fella, Onana from Inter Milan. Why? Because he plays out with his feet, did it very well in the Champions League last season. Mason Mount, okay, middle of the park. I know the jury is still out a bit on Mason Mount, but he still feels a clear hole for them. And up front, they're just completing the signing of this Rasmus Holland, a Dutch striker who runs 100 metres in less than 11 seconds. He's supposed to be a 20-year-old phenomenon. Hate to say it, man, reminds me of Liverpool. 3 key positions, goalkeeper, centre midfield attack, and forward. Man U have signed 3 very good players.
You think they need a centre-back?
Well, Harry Maguire, yes, possibly.
He doesn't
because
want to leave.
He won't leave.
He won't leave.
West
Not
Ham
even for West Ham.
have offered 20 million. They've told him to get lost. But probably another centre-back, but that's not an area of emergency for them. Goalkeeper, centre mid-attack and centre forward, and they've found them. I think Man U have had a very good transfer window.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
acknowledge it.
Fair enough. I acknowledge it, but I do feel they need one more striker.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's finished.
Yeah,
but
so
I
it's
just
not
think
finished, we'll
in
see what
terms
happens.
of square pegs, square holes.
Yeah.
I think Man U have done very well. Now let's get to the most pressing transfer story, still ongoing at the time of recording. His T-shirt is the giveaway here. Harry Kane. What's happening?
Is he going?
He's not going. So they just had the meeting
He's
with
going.
the Bayern.
He's gone. He's going.
Spurs had the meetings with the Bayern exec. And then they still didn't meet the valuation. Like Daniel Levy's asking for 100 million. They don't want to give. It's still about, I think they're offering 75 million pounds.
Yeah.
Which Spurs are saying no thanks.
I think they should take it.
So then
I
Kane
do.
stays.
No, I think 75 million.
Harry Kane,
Last year of his
Son,
contract, right?
James Madison, we're going for it.
Last year of his contract,
11
right?
months left.
Yep.
Daniel Levy, the thought of losing Harry Kane for nothing in 10, 11 months, he won't like it, especially when he knows he can get 75, 80 million now for a striker who will be 31 by the end of the season. Is that correct?
Yeah, just
30.
turned 30
Right?
last week.
I think he'll probably take it. And why I really want him to go, and I've told you this before, nothing would make me happier is if he scored his final Tottenham goal in a Mickey Mouse game
Against the Lion
against
City
the Lion
Sailors.
City Sailors of Singapore in a meaningless friendly.
It was for the Tiger Cup, bro.
The most anticlimactic of anticlimaxes. It will
I
be a
heard
fitting finale.
The atmosphere is better than the Liverpool game that we had on
Yeah,
Sunday.
thanks to the Sailors. That's got nothing to do with you. We'll get to them. That's got nothing to do with you. And I think Tottenham, they're not having a great couple of weeks, let's be honest, right? They had the game, that wasn't their fault, but they had the game cancelled up in, was it Thailand? Bangkok, right?
It's the weather, right?
Lost to West Ham in pre-season. That
But
doesn't
first
really
game
matter.
doesn't
That
matter,
doesn't really
right?
count. But so lost to West Ham, game cancelled in Thailand, struggled first half against Lion City Sailors. A lot of new players, yes. New manager, yes. Your former owner, Mr. Lewis, has been
Joe.
indicted with 16 counts of insider share dealing. Now,
Yeah.
must make it clear,
Allegedly.
he's the former owner.
Yeah.
It's now moved into a family trust,
Yeah.
which still sounds a bit... But anyway, he could end up spending the rest of his life in prison. It's going to have an impact on the finances. It will. They'll
It
say
won't.
it won't. It will. Even if it doesn't, the PR's a nightmare. So you've got a former owner who could end up in prison. Your best striker's about to leave. You've got a new manager and a transitional squad. I think you're in for a tough season, my friend.
I think it's a tough season if we are talking about trying to get fourth. Yeah, but
Fourth?
Yeah.
I think you'll be lucky top six.
no, I think we can get fifth or sixth. It depends whether we want to keep Harry Kane. If we sell Harry Kane, then at least there's money to put into like one or two new central defenders. I don't know if we can bring in another attacker to kind of help Richarlison and Son and Madison. So, with Son, Richarlison and Madison, you do have like decent attacking options
Yep.
for the new season. I think Joe Louis, he was the former owner, so now the club is put under the company, so it's not him.
Which
And
he used to run.
He's already, he's already 86 years old. I think now his daughter runs like the company day to day. He's already 86. Like, who
Yes.
is really working at 86 years old? This goes to trial. It'll get dragged out till he eventually passes on, and that's it. Like,
Hey, look, I'm
we know
sure-
how it's gonna play
Yeah,
out. Right?
yeah.
This is how it'll play out. The lawyers will just drag it out. He's already out on bail and
Yeah.
everything. So
I'm sure Tottenham could do Zoom calls from prison. I'm sure it's fine, right? It won't be any issue,
yeah.
I don't know, but it's good to know that some things never change. The worst transfer window so far is...
Chelsea,
Nope.
West Ham.
Yes, of course. It's by far West Ham. It's always West Ham.
Why? Read the
They've
draft.
sold the record player
Yeah,
105
so much
million.
money.
Not a single transfer. Not a single
I heard the
signing.
manager and the technical
Correct.
director are at odds, I think.
The club's technical director, Tim Staten. No, I've never heard of him either. But him and David Moyes apparently are not getting on. They cannot agree on a single signing, a single target. They've got £105 million in the bank. Remember, they only barely escaped relegation last season. It went to the last few weeks of the season.
Before they caught some good luck.
They've lost their best player.
Yep.
they've got to play in the Europa League and haven't made a single signing. It's by far the worst transfer
Where
window.
are they looking for players? Like, if you're West Ham, then are you looking at the French league, the Dutch league, or are you looking to bring up the best from the Championship?
Well, that's a good point.
Where are you shopping?
That's a good point.
Right? So
Apparently,
you've got to be realistic
that is
about
the
this.
bone of contention. Apparently, Moyes is reportedly insisting on Premier League experience, and
Fair
this
enough.
other guy, Stainton, is saying that's not necessary, so they can't reach an agreement.
Well, at least they're lucky the Saudi league is not poaching their players.
Nobody wants them.
Yeah, nobody wants them.
West Ham, worst transfer window so far. Man U, the best. Agree or disagree? Send all of your comments to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_MY on Twitter, Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
Good segue. The Saudi situation.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to call it. I've got other words I could use. Give us that stat you told us just before we started.
Yeah, so since Ronaldo joined, 16 more players from Europe have joined. So this is all within this transfer
So
season.
it proves that Ronaldo is the
Well,
trend starter.
It is extraordinary because he looked like an outlier at first.
Yeah.
Now he's, as you say, he started a trend.
Yeah, so and there are big names: Karim Benzema, N'Golo Kante,
Yep.
Alan Saint-Maximin from Newcastle,
Ruben Neves in his
Ruben
prime.
Ruben Neves,
Fabinho still only 29.
Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, well known all over the world.
Liverpool captain, leader, legend.
Shocker, that was a shocker.
Legend. What an LGBT, rainbow coloured
Now
armband.
joins
Now it's black and white.
now-
Literally. Literally. Very depressing.
I mean, personally, as a Liverpool player, I mean, I've seen all the trends in the Liverpool fan club. They wish him well, but I always feel a bit sad that he had to end this way.
Leaves a sour taste.
Yeah, it leaves a sour taste. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think, why wouldn't you go as a player?
I mean,
Big-
700,000 pounds a week. That's
big
insane.
money. The level of football is not as intense as the Premier League. But of course, it's a bit hard to understand why a lot of players who want to move there, like someone like Ruben Neves, still in his prime, like wouldn't want to play at the top level.
Yeah.
The Saudi League is not as competitive, but yeah, money is a big
Money.
big
That,
factor.
that part I agree with. I'm tired of the hypocrisy. Everyone pointing fingers at Jordan Henderson and Ronaldo. If you're going to do that, you'll never stop, right? Then you've got to point fingers at the EPL for allowing Newcastle to be bought by the Saudi government, effectively. You've got to point fingers at
Man
the
City?
British government for allowing the deal to go through. And not only that, the then Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, actually sanctioning the deal because there's other geopolitical issues at play here. Everybody is hypocritical. The fan bases of the respective teams are hypocritical. So if you're going to go after Jordan Henderson, you've got to go after everybody. From the British Prime Minister down, you've got to go after everybody. There is a bigger issue here. The first thing is, you're right, this concept of aging talent going to new fledgling leagues is nothing new.
Yeah.
It started in the 1970s when I was a kid, the North
US
American League,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Pele,
China.
Beckenbauer, Bobby Moore,
Yeah.
George Best. I remember they all went out to the fledgling North American League. Then more recently, Australia.
China.
Australia, correct. Robbie Fowler, Drogba went to China. Kaka, I think, went to China.
Oscar from Chelsea.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's nothing new. The difference is, and this is a big difference,
Money.
it's the money and the reason. The money is there. This is a bottomless pit. They have no end to their wealth, right? I just looked, since 2021, the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, the government, effectively, have spent $6 billion on sport.
Wow.
Nobody can get close to that.
Crazy.
Nobody can rival it. And it's, you see, the how, the who, that's not important. That's the window dressing.
Yes,
it's the why.
Why, yeah.
And the why is this Vision 2030 project that Saudi Arabia has. It's a $7 trillion project to diversify their economy away from
It's in
oil.
a trillion.
Right? They know the fossil fuel future, so they're trying to diversify, and sports is one of the key reasons. Why? And we know we say this a lot, and I know we're a broken record, but it's the soft PR, and it is a soft PR exercise. How many people around the world know that Saudi Arabia have been trying to buy Kylian Mbappe? Everybody. Everybody. It's been on the front pages for days. How many people have forgotten already that Saudi Arabia murdered a journalist in their own embassy? That's why. and it works. The sad thing is it works. We can moan and criticize. This soft PR exercise is working. It's bearing fruit. If you typed in Saudi Arabia in Google right now,
It's
killing
football.
Mbappe would come up.
Even Harry Kane.
Harry Kane will come up. Fabinho will come up. Jordan Henderson will come up. Murder journalists is pushed down. And that's why, to me, this leaves a sour taste.
For sure. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why. I mean, fans. Pep Guardiola has said that they have changed the transfer picture totally because now you have to be aware, and from a football point of view, are all the good veterans that you build up in your club. People like Henderson, people like even Fabinho, who has been there 5-6 years. You will want them to stay on to pass on all the tactics to the newcomers into the things, and then now they are in danger of just going to the Saudi league, and then you have this leadership gap which you find it hard to fill up.
No, I agree. I agree.
So many just this Saudi league coming into the picture has changed the landscape so much.
I agree, because unlike the other leagues, nobody else can compete.
Yeah.
And there's no end to it. They're never going to run out of money. Nobody can stop them.
Yeah, exactly.
The English Premier League can't stop them. The British government can't stop them. Yeah. Where does this end? What do you think? Let us know your comments at the usual places. Right. Something more positive, local. Yeah. The Singapore Extravaganza, the Festival of Football. Coming to a close. It'll be over by the time you see this podcast. Liverpool would have played Bayern Munich.
Yep.
The 3 games will be complete. What did you think?
Fun is fun. I like the atmosphere. We were at the OCBC Square, the fan zone at the Sports Hub. Oh, wow. Crowds were there. They were singing. They were having, the legends were there entertaining with their tales.
Yep.
The football on the pitch,
always like that.
Pre-season.
It's pre-season.
Always like that.
Nobody really cares. Which is why, Liverpool versus Leicester, everybody's like only 28,000 when it's like sort of like a dampener. The atmosphere at the match itself wasn't that good. But the atmosphere outside, it was pretty fun for a family outing. It was good.
Tottenham?
Seems good, right? For the fans who were there.
Yeah.
Those from around Southeast Asia got to come watch a game. I mean, we know it's pre-season. It's not a Premier League level, no stakes involved. Of course, the Premier League sides will play 11 till halftime and then switch it up for the next 45 minutes. So we all knew that prices are expensive. Yeah, but it's an opportunity, cheaper than flying to London or to Liverpool for a game. So it's an opportunity. I guess maybe there's some tiredness because Spurs come quite often. And then Liverpool came last year.
There is a concern
so fatigue. Yeah, maybe that's the word I'm looking to. A bit of
agree.
fatigue from the fans if you keep coming back, and then numbers may start to drop. I was a bit surprised when about 28,000 on a Sunday to watch Liverpool play Leicester. I thought it would be more than that.
You mentioned about the price of tickets. So we've done a Yahoo survey on football, done with YouGov, and then the results will be out next week. And then
it's an amazing survey. I have to say that the results are amazing.
We asked people whether you're willing to pay that much for a match with a European cup at the European team at the national stadium. And the results will be surprising. Check in next week. You will find out.
They are really surprising. And food for thought, because that leads into my point. Never again 5 o'clock kickoff. Never. I don't know who made that requirement. I don't know if it was Liverpool or a corporate thing, but Singapore fans, the football fraternity should push back.
Yeah.
We had Daniel Bennett sit in that chair, the most capped line, who said, no game in Singapore. In that chair, he said, no game in Singapore should be played before
said it in our podcast.
Should be played before sunset. The players don't like it. The coaches don't like it. The fans don't like it. I don't know why the Liverpool game was at 5 p.m., but we were there and it had a sleepy post-Sunday lunch
brunch. Everybody
feel. Everyone was sleepy.
Sit down there like,
The team came out. Hardly anyone barely noticed. It was a very sleepy occasion. Every game should be 7:30 minimum. Second thing, this is a minor thing, the Sports Hub, they need to sort out their sound system. They do. And I know my friends were involved in the MC work and all that. It was very hard to understand them.
Yeah.
I was going to West Ham.
Every muffle.
Well, I went to West Ham in the 1980s and heard every word. And here we are in 2023. It was a bit hard to understand what was going on and what was being said. And also, Sports Hub, if you're going to do quizzes with the fans, make sure you spell the footballers' names correctly on the board. Emil Heskey was spelt wrong.
Jamie Vardy.
Vardy, I think, was Wes Morgan.
Wes Morgan, yes.
They spelt West Morgan.
Yes.
With a T.
Autocorrect. The autocorrect working.
Do that right. But I will say overall, I said this in my piece, which you can read on Yahoo, Lion City Sailors won the football festival for me. Yeah. The moral victory. Yeah. Best fans, best atmosphere. And you know why? It's because that small corner of Lion City Sailors were stadium regulars.
Yeah.
They go to the stadium week in, week out. They know stadium behaviour. It's instinctive. When the Lion City Sailors came out, the drum started, the clapping, the cheering. When Liverpool came out, silence. Instagram time. Take photos. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I don't wish to be mean, but that was the difference in stadium behaviour between the once every 2 seasons fan and the fan that goes every week.
Yep.
And God bless the Lion City Sailors. They brought a real visceral authenticity.
Even the team itself did themselves justice in the first half. Yeah.
And well, you could see that when he scored, Anwar scored, there was a real lift. Even the Spurs supporters applauded him. Right? It was great. Yeah. It was great. I loved it. Well, let us know what you think about the Festival of Football. Was it great? Was it not? Send all of your comments to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_NY on Twitter, and Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
And I'll just say, final point on that, alluding back to my column, I think the Lion City Sailors proves that there should be local representation at every one of these events.
Yep.
Liverpool plus a Singapore selection, Man U versus the Singapore Premier League champions, whatever. But they've always got to be there. Yeah. What do you think?
If you want to put 2 matches, one of the matches must be a Singapore team.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Well, that'll just about do it here for us on part 1. But we've got a special for you coming up straight after this. A little treat. Keong and I sat down with the legend, the Liverpool and Republic of Ireland legend, John Aldridge. He was great, wasn't he?
Yeah, wow. It's so friendly, you feel like chatting to a very uncle-like person, we could talk for hours, but we only had about 15 minutes then, but it was absolutely fun.
Yeah, it was great. So he'll come up straight after this. In the meantime, remember, StarHub special offer. If you sign up for the Premier League now, what do you get?
1 year free broadband. Wow.
What more do you want? What more do you want?
1 year.
So sign up for the StarHub special offer. And we will see you after the John Aldridge interview. We'll be back here for part 2. Thank you very much, Daryl.
We'll be back.
All right, guys. Take care. Stay safe. And we'll see you in part 2. We are honoured to be joined on the Yahoo Footballing Weekly podcast with, I'm just going to say it, all right, one of my favourite strikers I've ever seen in English football. Local hero, John Aldridge. Welcome, sir.
Welcome to Singapore.
Nice intro. Thank you very much.
No,
nice.
I mean every word. So what do you think of Singapore so far, the tour?
Yeah, well, my first time, and the lads were saying how nice it is, and Steve McMahon in particular, who lived here for some time.
They did.
But it's actually nicer than what I imagined. And the people are very friendly, lovely people. It's just fantastic. And this hotel's not bad neither, is it?
Not bad. There's worse places to be. All right, so you've seen the game against Leicester. Yeah. We've got Bayern Munich coming up. What do you think of Liverpool's pre-season so far?
Well, the first 2 goals, the games, defensively wise, they didn't go to plan. Personally, when I'm looking at it, you can't concede 7 goals. So yesterday was, even though they had some chances, it wasn't, completely ideal. But the 2 goalkeepers stood up when they needed to be and got a clean sheet and scored. So I think, striker-wise, I think we're very fruitful. I was debating whether we needed another striker, but I don't think we do. I think Jurgen's got more options than possibly he'd imagine up front. Variations with the way they play. the players play. And the young lad, Ben Doak, you know, he's only a baby, but I think from when we've seen him, he gets your backside off the seat. As soon as he has the ball, you go like Diaz a little bit, because he's very direct. Yeah. People don't know what he's going to do. He's that young, he probably doesn't know himself. But yeah, you know, you all of a sudden you're looking, you know, he's got Mo Salah on the right, and he's the one that might be pushing him at a very tender age of 17, whatever he is, maybe 16, I think.
Yeah. No. So, how confident are you for Liverpool going to the season? Do you think they can challenge for the title?
I do think we need a defensive midfield player. I really do. Whether it happens, I think it's probably a priority from what you're reading in the press. Yeah, there's again variations in midfield. You know, I'm looking at McAllister as a player and what he'll give to Liverpool in the final third. That final ball, he gets in the pockets brilliantly. You've got Dominic. I'd rather say his first name than his second name.
You're the same as
So yeah, you know, he looks very, very good. You know, you got Trent coming into there. You know, let's not forget young Curtis, young Harvey Elliott. You got abundance of options, you know. But yeah, we do need. You know, obviously, if Fabinho does go, which people expect at this moment in time, and Jordan's gone, we need someone who can hold fort there and protect the back four. Yeah. You know, maybe as things go, you may be looking for a centre half as well. You know, for cover, but we'll have to wait and see.
Well, let's look at the top end of the field now. You scored more than a goal a game for all your entire career. You told us off air you are the most prolific living goal scorer in all of English football. Remember that. And your 2 years at Liverpool was 50 goals in 80-odd games?
League goals.
I think
League and Cup was 104 games with 63 goals. So, yeah. It was something that I love Liverpool from when I was a kid. From when I first remember playing football, it was drilled in me from my dad and my family. You're either red or blue. And in them days, Everton was as good as Liverpool. You know, they had an exceptional side. Thankfully, I was a red.
So bearing that in mind, Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
What has he got to do to get anywhere near your goal scoring consistency? How do you rate him for this season? He's looked good in pre-season.
I like him. Look, last year it didn't work out for him. You know, he tried too hard when he first came, which is natural. Then the sending off, you know, and then he couldn't get in the side and one thing and another. So it wasn't ideal, but I think he must learn the language. You know, when I went to Spain, I tried very, very hard to learn Spanish very quickly, and the lads were brilliant. They associated that you must learn the language and settle in. You know, he's got his family there. That helps you enormously. But I think as goal scoring is concerned, he's got it. I love the goal. That was my favourite goal.
Yeah.
The tap-in.
Poacher's goal.
Follow everything in. You know, the goalies parry things out and things happen in there. React and expect the unexpected to happen and just be in the right place at the right time. And he's got that, and he's got a good leap. He's direct, he's strong. He's got everything.
Well, Gary Lineker always says that, doesn't he? It's about gambling. It's about gambling on space, gambling on rebounds.
Do you know what? Maybe I've said it many, many times. It was a not famous, but a noted word that we used, or they used in the 60s, and I got to know in the late 70s, when the Pomo position of maximum opportunity. Lennart Hurst, he told me about it, and I think, oh yeah. Even though I was doing it instinctively, I thought, okay. And so you find out, and basically it's where you expect, where you think percentage the ball's going to be. Space. Find space where no one is. Push someone in that area, spin off, and get in the space. You know, and when things happen, as I said before, what Núñez expected to happen.
And that's exactly what he did in that game.
Absolutely.
Gambled on the space.
So, you know, you have a great career, and then after the career, you're like an icon in Liverpool, you know, being a pundit with Radio City, a columnist with Liverpool Echo. How does it feel to, you know, to commentate on such a wondrous period of Liverpool's history?
Yeah, I was allowed to commentate as a fan.
Yeah.
You know, and people, because that's not a normal way to commentate. But like, people loved it.
You were shouting when they scored
Yeah,
a fourth goal.
I couldn't help it. And then
Barcelona.
I didn't. To be fair, when I first started doing it for Radio City, it was the same. And you know, and Liverpool scored. All of a sudden, I've come away from management for 5 years, and I've gone back to where I was as a kid. You know, I'm back as a fan, watching and commentating. So it's naturally when Liverpool score, I'm going to, yes, whatever, or bigger games, you go berserk, like Istanbul. But Radio City, I said to Radio City, I'm getting too emotional. He went, no, the people are loving it.
Yeah.
Just carry on with it. So I took that into LFC TV, you know, with Stevie, you know, as the Barcelona game showed, because we are massive fans, and I think people rather not expect it, but delighted to see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's an authenticity to it, John, isn't there? I mean, as I said to you off air, John, I met John once outside Anfield, and he left me because he got a lift from some Liverpool fans to Liverpool Station. There's a connection to the community, I think, with Liverpool fans, players, pundits, coaches, staff, that just seems really, really unique and special.
Yeah. People from other cities and other clubs say it's nonsense, but it's not. It is. I'm not just saying it. It's something special about the club, something special about the stadium, the fans, for whatever, and everyone's got it from the years and joined onto it. You ask every manager who comes to Anfield, who's been to Anfield, you know, your Mourinho's, your Arsene Wenger's, and anyone, you know, Pep Guardiola, they know it's unique. It's very, very special. It's got something that you can't put a word to. When we do need the crowd, you know, and we've seen some games at Anfield, and I've been fortunate, excuse me, to see St Etienne and Bruges when we 2-0 down in the final, we won 3. These games, and many, many more, the way they panned out over the years, that's never happened in any other stadiums. It's just crazy.
Well, we'll wrap this up, as we always do, with a quick fire round with all of our guests. Quick answers and why, John. Here we go. John Aldridge, favourite Liverpool goal?
My favourite Liverpool goal? The most important goals was the replay of Hillsborough. The biggest game of my life, the game we couldn't lose, for obvious reasons, 96, 97 reasons. So although I scored some really good goals, loads of tap-ins, they were the most meaningful.
Where is the best stadium you ever played in?
Except for Anfield.
Except for Anfield.
I loved the new camp.
New camp?
I played there 3 times. The reason being, I always wanted to play there. And the first time I played there for Real Sociedad, we drew 2-2, and I scored the 2.
Oh, fantastic.
So the second time in the cup, we drew 3-3, and I scored another 2. And then the following year, I'd scored a goal the week before against Atletico Madrid, which won Barcelona La Liga. So the following week, we go to Camp Nou, the last away game of the season, and we go out, full house, obviously. We clapped them on, they get La Liga, we beat them 3-1 and I got another 2. So, Johan Cruyff, I think, was a pain in the backside to him. But I just, as an arena, that's just special. It's very oldie-worldy, but it's kept that authenticity.
As a Liverpool player, worst away stadium to go to?
Millwall.
Everyone always says that.
The old den. Oh, jeez, that was, oh yeah. I remember scoring the goal there for Newport County. Far post header, diving head, like you just got it in, and as a slid like that. A pint glass, an old-fashioned pint glass, missed my head by about that. If it had hit me, it'd have knocked me out. I'd have been but look, the Millwall fans, I've got some good friends who are Millwall fans, funny enough. But they're not as bad as what people put them out to be. But that was like, when you were in that stadium, like, it had something about it, you know.
I've been there.
Who's your favourite or funniest teammate in the dressing room?
Well, Steve Nicol was.
Steve Nicol.
Steve Nicol. Like, if you ask all the ex-players from a Liverpool point of view, who's the one that you enjoyed being around, it was always Nicol. He's a funny man.
And to finish, favourite Liverpool player to play with and the worst, dirtiest defender to play against?
Oh, jeez. Barnsley.
Barnsley, yeah.
Barnsley was just in that team, that great side that we played. He was amazing. All the lads, we had a fantastic team. Don't get me wrong, but he was just ridiculously good. Centre halves, I didn't mind really, because if ever they kicked me, which they notoriously did, I'd always get them with an elbow. I'd miss them out because the referee knew the score in them days, and that, you always had the free hit on a striker. So early on, the balls come up, and you have to hold them. You're waiting, and they're going to get you. And the referee would say, "Look, one more, and you get booked." Nowadays, it's a sending off.
Yeah.
But then, if they hit me, I'd have to get my own back and just let them know they don't do it again. And a long ball would come up, and you go to hit the ball, but you just lead with your arm and just give them a little reminder, Tony Adams had one or two off me, by the way, yeah, because he was the one player always, when the ball was coming in, first tackle, he'd try to go through you. Oh. So he had plenty of elbows off me.
Brilliant. Well, John Aldridge, easily one of the favourite interviews I've ever done. Yeah. Thanks for being on Yahoo Footballing Weekly.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.